In this session, we will discuss about activities and views. If you observe carefully in the past session, I have written activity service, broadcast receiver and content provider, everything starting with capital letter, because all these four components, activity, service, receiver and provider, they are predefined classes of Android framework. Similarly, even view is starting with capital letter, so it's a predefined class of Android framework. In the last session, we have understood that each screen in Android application is called as an activity. Let us say this is a message composer activity which belongs to messaging application, where user will compose the message and send the message. Generally, message composer will look like this. Here, if you observe this activity, this complete screen is made up of small rectangular boxes. For example, this is one rectangular box which is asking user to enter a number. This is one more rectangular box where user will enter the text, and this is one more rectangular box. On clicking this, message will send to the recipient. Similarly, if you observe, even this is also one rectangular box, but only thing is that background rectangular box is not visible. But even this will also contain one background rectangular box which is not visible. Basically, each screen will contain lot of small rectangular boxes. These small rectangular boxes are called as views. So let me write the definition of view. Small rectangular boxes which sits on top of your screen or your activity is called as a view. Here, this is the activity, and on top of activity we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rectangular boxes. So there are 5 views. So basically each screen will be made up of small rectangular boxes called as views. Now, if you observe carefully, some rectangular boxes may not be visible, some will be visible which will take user input, some will be visible when user clicks on this, it will blink. Based on the different properties of rectangular boxes, views are divided into many categories. Let us see now types of views. There are many types of views based on the rectangular box properties. First type of view is text view. If you observe carefully, V is starting with capital letter, which means it's a predefined class of Android framework. Similarly, text view, there is no space in between. T is starting with capital letter, V is starting with capital letter. So this is also a predefined class which is basically inheriting from parent class view. So you can imagine text view is something like the child class of view class. If you don't know what is parent class and what is child class, I would strongly recommend you to go through inheritance concept of Java. Just like text view, there is one more view which is called as edit text. No space in between E and T capital letters. There is another view with name button. Similarly, checkbox, radio button. There is no space here, and so on. There are hundreds of views. I will be showing a lot of examples covering each and every view very clearly. As of now, what you have to understand here is each screen, the complete screen in Android is called as activity, whereas the small rectangular boxes which are sitting on top of your activity are called as views. Views are of different types. For example, text view, edit text, button, checkbox, radio button, and so on. Though there are many types of views, but these views are very frequently used views by many developers. So let us try to understand first what is text view, edit text, and button. Here, text view is something like a label. Label means user can only see the information, user cannot modify the information. For example, if you observe this 2, user cannot modify this label. This will only convey information to user. But here if you observe this box, when user taps his finger on this box, automatically a virtual keyboard will come on your phone where user can type the number here. So this box is called as edit text. Text view is a small rectangular box which will display information to user and which is non-modifiable by user. Whereas edit text is also a small rectangular box which will take information from the user. For example, a box where user can enter mobile number or some text or some email address or some examples for edit text box. So the basic difference is the information on the text view is non-modifiable by the user, whereas the information on the edit text is modifiable by the user. Now coming to the button. Button is a small rectangular box which will blink when user clicks. Tell me, out of these 5 rectangular boxes, which rectangular box will blink when user clicks? When user clicks on this, nothing will happen. When user clicks on this box, a virtual keyboard will appear. When user clicks on this, nothing will happen. Whereas when user clicks on this, it will blink actually. I will show you in the Android Studio. When you run this application, when user taps on this button, it will blink. Anything that blinks is called as button. So I hope you understood types of views. Now let us discuss more about activity. Now we know that each screen in Android is called as activity, and conceptually each activity is divided into 2 parts. Let me write that. One is designing part and other is coding part. Designing part talks more about look and feel. How exactly your screen will look like, what are the color combinations you are going to apply for your screen, what is the font size of your screen, and how many buttons are available, and so on. So basically designing part talks more about how means how exactly your screen will look like, whereas coding part will talks more about logic. Now let us say when user clicks on the button, what to do? Whatever the message entered in this edit text box should be sent to this number entered in this box. So this logic will be written in the coding part. So designing part talks about how it look like, and coding part will talk about what. What means when user clicks on the button, what to do. So basically, if anyone asks you how will you create an activity or screen, you have to tell for every activity or for every screen there are 2 aspects. One is designing part and another is coding part. In Android, we basically design the screens using XML language. Which language is used? XML language to design the screens. It doesn't mean that you should learn XML language. There is just a drag and drop tool. I will show you in the Android Studio. If I want one more button, I will simply open graphical tool and I will drag and drop a button, and automatically Android Studio will generate one XML code for me. I will show that in the studio directly. Similarly, coding part will be done using the Java language. So that means to create a screen or to create an activity, one XML file is required and one Java file is required. And one more point here, XML file names will start with small letter, no space in between, whereas Java file names follows camel notation, which means Java file names will start with the capital letters and every word will start with capital letter, no space in between words. For example, for this activity, the XML file name would be composer.xml, which contains 2 text views. You don't have to write these XML code. When you drag and drop 2 text views, automatically Android Studio will generate XML tags like this. Similarly, we have 2 edit text boxes, 1, 2. When you drag and drop those 2 edit text boxes, it will look like this. And there is a button. So for this composer activity, the composer XML will look like this roughly. Similarly, For coding part, there may be one more file called as composer activity.java file, which will contain the actual code for this screen. I hope you understood. So activity is conceptually divided into two parts, designing and coding. Designing will contain look and feel, but you don't have to learn XML language. It is simply a drag and drop tool. Similarly, coding part will be done with Java language, which talks more about logical part. So I hope you understood the activity concept.